Welcome back to Online Darts, everyone. We're here at the 2025 target launch, and of course, we've got the power. Phil, look, you've been doing these so many years now, but do you still get excited coming to these launches?
It's great to see all the new products, I mean, it's very innovative. Obviously, it's, how they keep reinventing the wheel, that's what it's like, you know what I mean? They keep pushing forward, and they keep bringing out new ideas. How they do it, I don't know. I ain't clever enough, but what Gary Plummer does in this team is second to none. It's unbelievable.
I remember when you were actively playing, and Gary used to just go, try them, Phil, try them, Phil. But from there to where it's now, it's unbelievable. Did you ever think it could get this far?
He didn't like doing that with me, because if I liked it, I'd play with it straight away. And no, you can't play with it. I said, I'm playing with it. I've even done that and won the Worlds with him. With
the little grip at the back, I remember that.
But I love it. I love what he does. And if he ever had any ideas, he'd work on it for me and he'd produce it for me.
What's it like spending all the time with the boys again, just in this social environment? Is it quite nice to catch up?
Yeah. It's not. It's a different atmosphere because they're all relaxed. We're not in competition. When you're in the Worlds or you're at Blackpool, obviously you're in competition. It's like a big scrap then.
Yeah.
But now it's all relaxed. Everybody's enjoying. Even Raymond's had a smile on his face.
You sure?
Yeah. You don't believe me, do you?
But look, have you had a try with all the new equipment yet? Is there anything that you really like?
No, I don't throw now.
Not at all? Not even in here, just have a little throw?
Even though my own darts, I think it's the best grip I've ever had. I'd love to have a little throw with that, to be honest, which I'm going to do.
At the weekend, your old mucker, Michael van Gogh, returned to some form. Are you surprised to see him back winning so quickly?
No, not at all. Not especially in Holland, because obviously he's on home turf. So the crowd were very, very, very much on his side. Very loud, very vocal. A lot of whistling, which I detest. Not fair, really, on the other players, especially young Josh, who's still learning his trade. But that lad, keep your eye out for. We were having a good chat last night, because as soon as he gets through that whistling and booing and everything else, and hits his doubles, he's going to be one hell of a player. Well, he is a hell of a player now, but he can get better.
Would you have him in the Premier League next year?
I'd be second place. Luke Littler, Josh Rock, Luke Humphries, my first three. Stephen Bunting. I like Chris Dobie, Nathan Aspinall. They're some of my favourite players. Yeah. So I've been looking at them,
As the darts fan in you, Michael back winning against Luke Littler.
Very pleased for him.
Against Littler, that's something to get excited about again, isn't it?
Very pleased for the lad.
Can he get to Luke, do you think? Can he teach him
Michael?
Something? Yeah.
100% he can, and I think now he's beat Luke, it'll give him confidence and he'll move on from it. But he's going to be a tough player.
100%.
Yeah. So it's going to be it's going to be a great 12 months again. The next year is going to be electrifying again. With all the new equipment, people are going to get better. So there's going to be some battles next year.
Adrian here as well. He returned obviously to play some competitive darts. Were you pleased to see Adrian back playing again?
Very much so. Yeah, I like Adrian. I like his company. I like seeing him back on the dartboard.
What did you say to him down at Modus? Did you have a chat with him?
Get off your arse. Get on that practice board.
Do you think he can get back to being the old?
He's got the talent. Definitely got the talent. Obviously, age now is creeping up on him. You've got youngsters who can do 5, 6, 7 hours practicing. You know what I mean? And to be competitive against these youngsters, that's what you've got to do. You've got to be 100% committed and dedicated. With Adrian having a young family, his wife's got illness, it's very difficult for him to be 100% committed.
You touching on the youngsters, it's scary that we're getting 12-year-olds averaging 100. Did you ever see the day that the sport would be in this position where youngsters were that good?
No, never in a million years. It was always classed like as an old man sport, really. Yeah. The average age for us was like 40 to 70, and now it's like 6 years old to 25 years old is the average viewing figure. People watching the game. It's changed completely, and that's young Luke done now. Young Luke Littler.
Oh, completely. Look, we've seen people come through generations. We saw Eric, we saw yourself, we saw Michael. Now we're seeing Luke. How long before we get the next one? Is it going to be a quick turnaround? Do you think because of the?
About 6 months. I think you're going to see an influx of these good players, especially abroad, like the Philippines, and Thailand and whatnot. There's some great players. India, they've got some cracking players, but they haven't got the money to do the travelling. If they had the money and the sponsorship, honestly, they compete against anybody.
Well, you touched on the money. The money is astronomical now. $1 million for the world, £25 million in prize money just for the year. But do the PDC need to look after the bottom end players more? It's all right feeding the top all the time, but like you say, making sure that these players can compete and they're not struggling. Is that a necessity, or do you believe it should be?
I think they need a bit more prize money at the bottom level. Obviously, they've got to pay the expenses, they've got to pay the hotels and the petrol and the food and everything else, the entry fees. It is difficult for him, but it is a sport where you're rewarded on your ability. I mean, whatever Barry Hearn does turns to gold anyway, so he hasn't done wrong so far. But you do need that someone on a pedestal. So all these youngsters now practicing in the bedrooms all want to be Luke Litley, or better than Luke Litley. I wouldn't say emulate him, I'd say get better than him. That'd be my plan. And I'd work every way I can to make you a better player so you can beat him, or emulate what he's doing. So you've got to work at your own game, and Barry Hearn is a genius at promoting anything. I mean, his track record tells you.
You touched on, obviously, Luke wanted to beat Luke and these youngsters. I remember in your very best, you used to be able to work out players and find their weaknesses, and even if you didn't beat them to start with, you'd work them out in time. Yeah. Looking at Luke, has he got a weakness that you can see?
A weakness? Sometimes, I think, studying Luke, I mean, as I do, I would say sometimes when he's in his head, he knows he can beat you, you're in for a game. I think if he's got that little element of doubt in the back of his mind, say with Nathan Aspinall, I don't know how his mind works, but sometimes I watch him and I think, you've got that little element there, which you're not the same player against him as you are with everybody else. So with anybody he thinks he can beat, he whitewashes him. And then if he thinks, oh, I've got a game here, he doesn't play as good, but he still plays good, obviously.
World Championships is on the horizon.
Yeah.
Only 3 people have ever defended the PDC. Yourself, Adrian and Gary.
I thought I was going to say Eric then, but that's video.
Can Luke, and do you think Luke will join that club? Because
Definitely. He's got a massive chance this year. Make sure you do everything right. I mean, I've chatted with his mum and dad many times about what I used to do. Do everything right. Don't go out. Don't get colds or flus. If you can, get your medication ready just in case something does happen. Because them 2 weeks is the biggest 2 weeks of your life. I mean, you can win £1 million and more or less retire. And if you invest it properly. So I would advise him very, very strongly to keep doing what you're doing, but improve. Change something that can make you a little bit better player.
How will he feel going back to Ali Pali? Because is it a different feeling going back to the World Championships as the defending champion? It's all right going and winning it for the first time, but does it change when you are the hunted there?
No, it's exactly the same. For me, it was exactly the same. I might have defended it 8 times on the trot. But for me, it was always just play the player. So if I drew you first, then you've qualified for the World Championships. You're not a bad player because you've qualified. So don't take you lightly. Beat the first player. Then I'd find out whoever got this. I didn't even know I got in the second round because I wasn't worried about the second round. Beat the second round and just keep progressing. And each round, try and get a little bit better. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I could have done 5-9 darters in the first game, I would have done it. And I put the heebie-jeebies on everybody then thinking, God, I've got to play him next. So that's, I used to do in Blackpool. Try and smash it, and then they'll say, I've got you tomorrow, see you tomorrow. And you see him go. So that's what I did.
Phil, it's a pleasure catching up with you here in Manchester.
And you, Phil, thank you.
And so I always appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
God bless. Thank you.
To change your